I have one good one.
Tell me about it. Hi guys, it's your girl Fidelis here, and today we have a very special guest. She's a beautiful lady that I met the first time I came to Australia, and I think she's I can say one of the pioneers amongst the people who came to Australia first. And it's her story, not my story. So I'll let her introduce herself. Welcome.
Thank you. My name is Damaris
Yeah?
Karaoke.
Nice.
I was born in Nakuru. And then I grew up in Gatondo.
Ah, that's what.
And to the school that you didn't even need to wear shoes, pretty much. You just walk to school, and there was not much going on, but it was good because you had your whole friends and family.
I know.
Yeah.
High school.
High school, I went to Komodai Girls.
Komodai Girls, yes. It's a popular school.
Yes.
Yeah, big up to Komodai.
I know.
Yeah.
And then from there, I got employed by an American couple in Gong Road, and I was working in their office, like helping them out, and then they stopped whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
Like they didn't get more funding, so I used to get 4,000 Kenya shillings a month, so that wasn't even enough for transport. So I moved in with them. They said, we won't let you go back home. You can come and live with us.
Wow.
And I lived in a little servant quarter.
That's cool. That's
yeah,
cool.
and they pretty much looked after me.
Wow.
And then I used to bake for them and cook for them, and you know. And then after that is when they went back to the US.
Wow.
And they continued helping me while they were still in the US.
You're a lucky girl.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
And then after that, I came here.
What made you come to Australia? Is it to look for greener pasture?
Of course, like most of us here come for greener pastures because there's no work back home. I came here in 2004.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been like 15 years.
15 good years. I know that's a journey. That's a journey. And I'm definitely, there's a story there. So when you first came here to Australia, did you know anybody who hosted you? Or?
Yeah, when I first came, I went to Wagga Wagga, which is a country town in New South Wales. I knew someone there, the person who invited me here.
Wow,
so,
that's good.
Yeah, I stayed there for 6 months. And then there was no work.
I know.
So I had to come to Sydney to look for work.
Is it like more like a village place? I've never been there, but I'm sure I'll visit. It's a country
town. It's like 5 hours drive from Sydney. So, and it's not populated that much, and that is the reason why there's no work, because there's only like one company there that imports meat.
Must be hard.
Yeah, so it wasn't easy to get a job there.
You moved here after 6 months?
Yes.
How are you surviving 6 months? No job? You schooling probably and all that?
No, I wasn't going to school.
Oh,
I
you're
didn't
lucky.
come as a student.
Lucky you.
Yeah, so I had that advantage.
Yeah.
So I had someone staying with someone, and he was working.
That's good.
Yeah, so I had a bit of support.
Yeah.
But I also needed to work, so that's why I decided to come here. And when I came here, I met this girl by the name Catherine. She's now in Perth. And she's the one who introduced me into nursing. And even the first job we applied together, she showed me she had done it before.
Yeah.
And we went for the interview together, and you know, she directed me, and yeah, that's how I got my first job.
Yeah, because I'm sure when you just, like, I know some few people who just pack their bag from Kenya and they come to Australia not knowing anyone. It can be the hardest thing ever, because you need somebody to show you where to go, how to apply for a job, what to say, what not to say. Because I realized here, the normal CV, we call CV back home, if you bring it here, it's totally different.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. And you need also people to like give you reference.
Yes.
Like you have to, and it's people who will be contacted by the people employing you to ask, do you know this person? Yes.
Yeah.
How well is she or he?
I didn't have references because my reference was back in Kenya.
Yeah.
So anyway, you know, we had to work around that, and because they were desperate for staff.
That time, yeah.
Yeah, that was 15 years ago. There was lots of jobs everywhere, so they took me in, and then they train you while you're, you know, being paid at the same time.
That's
and then
good.
you
Yeah.
continue working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure the experience was totally different from what you were used to earlier. Is there one thing that really shocked you, as in, okay, this is your work and this is what you have to do?
Yeah, I have to say, because I worked in the aged care, it was a bit confronting, like looking after people and you have to do everything for them. I won't go into details.
Story for another day. My shocking thing is, it's not a big deal here. It's
Yeah, I
either you
know.
do that or you go hungry or you don't have rent.
Yeah.
So
And they don't mind. They take off their clothes.
yeah,
And they're
it's
like,
not a big deal.
Yeah.
If I compare aged care and disability, I feel disability is more a bit relaxed and good, and it's a bit it's easier and not so much stressing, and it's good money. The money wise is also good. Probably we should touch the minimal rate of average person working in Australia.
It's 20, is it 25?
Yeah, 25. 25, 30 there.
I think when it comes to the money, it can sound like it's a lot when you convert it into Kenya shillings, but the thing is, you're spending it here in dollars.
Yeah. But
So-
if you're
so,
smart,
yeah.
you can still spend here and live a little bit. If you're not planning to retire here, so you need to have something to go back home with, because you don't want to go back home with nothing. Are you retiring here, by the way?
No.
Did you experience culture shock once you came here to Australia?
Yeah, of course. At first, you realize it. In 2005, there weren't so many Africans here.
Yeah.
So we were very isolated, and you could see you're kind of the only black person on the train or in the bus. Yeah, so that was a bit like, you know, you're gonna get used to that. We had to get used to that.
They were looking, as in they were gazing at you.
Yeah, you feel like everyone is looking at you.
Yeah. Ever experienced racism?
Yeah, I did one time. I lived in an apartment in Cronulla, and I was putting one of my kids in the car, and someone shouted from upstairs and said, you know, black, use the word B word.
Not in front of the kids.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God. And this guy used to leave notes on my car at night saying I should leave because this place is not for black people.
Oh no,
and
that's
every
bad.
time I go to the car, there was a note, and I went to the police, and they said, oh, if you know who it is, come back and let us know. But I didn't know who this person was. He continued to leave notes on my car, threatening me.
That's so bad.
Yeah, and then he went from there to leaving a note outside my door.
Oh no.
Yeah, and that's when I was like, this is, at some point I wasn't even sleeping there because I was scared.
Yeah, what would happen to you?
Yeah, and then I asked my neighbor, do you have an idea who could be doing this? And my neighbor said, yeah, I know who is doing that. He lives up there. And that's when I was like, you know what, I'm going to confront this person.
Yeah.
So I went in. I went up there and asked him, do you have an issue with me? Because I know you have been
Doing
leaving
this
notes.
and this. Yeah.
But I think after I asked him, he stopped. But
That's good.
Yeah. But I had to move out.
Yeah, that's so stressing though. Umetoka Kenya, probably when in mshamba kama mimi, there's something that stood out.
Yeah, for me, I think what stood out most is how clean the place is.
The shoes never get dirty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the houses are all clean. Like, you know, the environment, it's and the cars, everything is just clean.
Yeah.
That stood out for me.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that shocked you?
The other thing that shocked me is how they make work easier here. Like, you know, I didn't have to do dishes, just put them in the dishwasher. I didn't have to wash my clothes, just put them in the washing machine.
Cool,
There's a
sure.
dryer
Yeah.
as well. Like the convenience.
Yeah.
That also, the other thing that shocked me is how the gas, it's like tapped into your house, so you
so
don't
cool.
even have
Yeah.
a cylinder.
Yeah.
So like, it's always there.
It's always there.
Also, the fact that the lights never go off, that was also another thing, because
yeah, if you happen to have a blackout, you're like, what's happening?
yeah,
Like,
there's
it's like
maybe
a
storm.
Yep,
But
and they warn you earlier.
yeah, so that was
That's
awesome.
cool. That's cool. Is there an experience that you've experienced, you personally, as Damaris, and you're like, damn, in Shamba? Is there one experience that you had?
Oh, I have one good one.
Tell me about it.
It involves a microwave.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna share.
That's
It's so
it's
embarrassing.
okay. Don't feel embarrassed. Imagine it's all right. So what happened to the microwave?
No. I didn't blow up the house.
Did you put a metal thing?
Yeah, I put my food with the spoon.
Oh
and
shit!
You know what happened.
I know.
There was sparks and and yeah, I was told.
We learn from those mistakes.
Yeah, true. I come from Chicago.
I know. Those things were new to us.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. My sisters tell me about the story of TV back in the village. No, not everybody used to have TVs, and my sisters and brothers used to go to peep at their neighbors' TV, and that time it was a small TV which was black and white. Yeah. And they used to go peep it. So everything starts somewhere, and you're coming from a third world country to a first world country. Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing the microwave story. How is life right now?
Okay. I think right now I can say I'm settled.
Yeah.
Because I'm a nurse. I'm a registered nurse. I work at Bankstown. Actually, tomorrow I'm starting a new job at the COVID vaccine.
Wow.
COVID hub, vaccination hub.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and so I've been transferred there to give injections and all that.
Wow, beautiful.
But yeah, so when it comes to work, I can say, like, I have a career.
Yeah.
I have my own place.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And my children.
Yeah.
So it's okay. I would say I'm settled. Good. Yeah.
Good. Now that you mentioned vaccine, were you affected by COVID, by the way? Or any of your family were?
No, for me personally, no, because I continued to work.
That's beautiful.
And I worked in a COVID ward. But
how was it? Tell us about it. Was it scary? Were you
It was very scary, but I did get in contact with COVID patients.
Yeah.
But we had the protection and all that, but it was scary. Obviously, because if you catch it, you catch it, and it can go either way. You could recover or not recover.
Oh no. Yeah.
So yeah.
Pretty happy that I'm here in Australia, because they've really tried to protect us. I haven't kept track on how we are, but I know we are COVID safe everywhere we go, because even at work we've stopped using, as in wearing mask and all that, and we can go shopping without the mask. That's the greatest freedom, and that's how I think I came to realize how fragile life is. We think we own the life, but it's not ours.
No,
it's not ours.
It can go like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Just generally, Damaris' view. What would you tell someone who is looking forward to coming to Australia? Would you tell them to come or not to come? Would you tell them it's a good place to come? Just your own view.
Okay, so it depends. If you haven't got a job back there, back home, and you're not doing anything, why not come here and get a job and build yourself? But if you have a job and you're settled, you have a home, you have a family, and you're comfortable, I think Kenya is, I would advise someone not to worry about, because when you come here, you start from zero.
Yeah.
And this is a developed country where everything is already in place. Okay, so you're only coming here.
There's a system.
Yeah, you're only coming here to assist the things that
the flow.
Yeah. So you start at the bottom. Okay, because that's where you're needed. Unless you have a very good career, for example, like if you're an engineer and they need engineer, then they'll give you that. But apart from that, you have to start from down there and then build yourself up.
I know.
You're like a small part of a big country that has a very good economy. So I wouldn't advise someone to leave their good job to come here and wash cars.
Yeah, or be a carer. It could be a good advice. Don't come with like high expectation, because I've seen people who used to have very good job and they came with high expectation. Like I know a friend of mine who packed suits coming to look for a white collar job, and it's tricky.
Yeah.
Because even if you even have your degree, your diploma, or your career, you have to like really prove, like they believe their degrees and diplomas. They don't trust. I don't know whether it's trust issue or what. Even though you show papers, yes, I've done this, but they still need you to like do an upgrade course to go along with the Australia or something. Yeah, and I don't think you can ever start there. If you are here in Kenya, you don't even come to Australia and start here. You have to stoop low and start from scratch. And another thing, what I've realized here is the white collar jobs, they are there, but don't have good pay as manual work. You work in a medical sector, and I've seen or heard people experiencing a lot of mental issues. Do you think the mental issues is related to how we don't have like a social life here in Australia? Because sometimes I find if you come here as a student, your schedule, like let's say for instance in 1 week, your schedule is wake up in the morning, probably you have a morning shift, afternoon you have classes, you go home and sleep, in the morning you start the same cycle. You don't have a social life at all. The only place probably you socialize a little bit is at work, and probably you don't have like someone so close each and every shift to talk to, like share your issues. Do you feel like lack of the social life is one of the things that affect people and have a lot of mental cases? Because I know there's a lot of mental cases.
Yeah, I think the fact that we are so isolated, so we are in different suburbs, and unless I call you to come and see you, or to your place, you pretty much by yourself.
I know.
And you don't have families. Well, you
I'm lucky.
Yeah, you're lucky you have a family. I don't have a family here except my children, so it can get very lonely for people, and mostly students, because they are trying to pay the fees, they are trying to support themselves, pay the rent, maintain their life, the car, paying for registration. Some students do get fined for
speeding and all that.
There's a lot that can be stressful. I think we need a manual. If we had a manual, it would work well. Like
do's and don'ts.
It would save you a lot of stress and money as well. So I think most people are isolated.
I know.
And you call your friend, they are working, so then you stay by yourself.
Schedules don't go. Probably you call me in the afternoon, you say, oh, I'm free in the afternoon, I'm working in the afternoon, so you end up like being so lonely, I think.
And then you have to work too much work, and there's no social life. It kind of
I know, it's so sad. I know sometimes you, Damaris, you hook ups with gigs, but right now COVID happened, there's nothing happening. The world is just quiet. Is there one question you hate to be asked by, probably if you meet somebody, like, where are you from? I'm from Earth.
That's common.
Is there one question that pisses you off?
That one does. Like, someone asks me, oh, where are you from? I say, oh, Spring Farm, and then they go, oh, but we mean, where are you from?
Well, they ask you where you're from, and they think Africa is one country. So you tell them you're from Kenya, and they're like, oh, I know somebody from Nigeria. Oh, good to know. I don't know even one person apart from the celebrity I used to see on TV from Nigeria, and you're telling me you know somebody from, how would I know? Kenya, Nigeria.
I know, two different.
Anyway, do you have any regrets in life, like about coming to Australia or something? No.
I do sometimes. Like, I feel like I missed on my family. Because obviously they've done so much without me. And it's a bit of a loss there.
Yeah.
That you don't get to see your parents.
Yeah.
You know, your sisters, brother, they have functions, you're not there.
No,
Christmas, you're not there. Christmas is never the same.
Which is so sad. With the experience and the knowledge and all those things that you've learned here in Australia, if you were to do it all over again, how would you do it?
Okay. So one thing, when I first came here, I was young. I was in my early or mid-20s, and what we got carried away by the whole lifestyle, you know, and we partied a lot, like barbecues, going to the city, and you know, oh, we had so much fun. And we, as I say, we got carried away. But if I knew what I know now, I would have been a bit more serious, you know, like don't spend so much time partying and you know, drinking and you know, doing all that.
Yeah.
Just I would have saved more, you know. I would have bought a house a long time ago. That would have made my life a lot easier.
Yeah.
So I think we need to be careful when we come here. I guess those who are planning to come when they're young, because this life can be too overwhelming, you know? I know. And there's a lot going on, and you get carried away, and then you forget where you come from, or sometimes you forget why you came here. So I would be more sensible, I think.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Okay, so my plan is to stay here for the next 10 years till you know, and
young
then
and
after
energetic,
that, after that I'm gonna go back home. Once my kids have finished high school, and they all settled, and they go to uni, then I'll go back.
Have you ever had a chat with your kids about staying in Australia?
I bring them like Kenyans.
Yeah.
So at home we are Kenyans. So once they go out there,
they're Australian. That's beautiful.
But
mkosamila mtumwa ndio wanasemanga. That's cool.
True. So it will be up to them if they want to come back.
Their choice
they can
anyway.
come. If they want to stay here, they are welcome to stay. This is where they were born. So
beautiful.
I'll give them a choice.
That's cool. That's cool. You're a good mom. Thank you for raising them with a bit of culture. I know it's hard here because here I've seen teenagers who call out their moms, and it's I'm like,
no.
Oh, how do you do that to your mom? You can say it to your mates, and don't say it to your mom.
True,
no,
true.
It's
we
bad.
We have to maintain the discipline and the culture that we are brought
and
up with.
I've met your children. They are so disciplined, and they are good kids. I can tell you, you've done great. I know.
So coming here was a big opportunity for me.
Thank you for coming to my show, and I appreciate everything, for even hosting us. By the way, we are shooting at Damaris place. It's such a beautiful place. We must recommend that. And we were welcomed so nicely. We had tea, kobeki adufia, of those who know Kikuyu, and there are fruits there, karibu sana, and I'm happy to have you.
Thank you for coming.
In case we need more interview, I'll come. I'll definitely, probably next time you have more stories to tell us. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Asante.